say hello for a while. Come here. I know. Oh, you like you don't like me, huh? Yeah, but I know you do. Oops. Hey, what you doing? Why are you going away? Hey, why are you being bashful? Huh? Oh, here's your friend. There's your girlfriend. Hi. You're gonna have babies one day, huh? And then we'll have lots of farm cats. Lots of farm cats. Huh. Yeah. Hi. Hi, kitty. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Meow. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Come here. Yeah. Yeah. You wanna come in? Kitty, kitty. Kitty, kitty, kitty. They said, no, we're outdoor cats. No. Oh. All right. Don't go get messy, though. No. 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 You wanna come out? Good boy. I wasn't telling you no. Come on. You wanna come out? Go on. Go potty. Mal. No. He likes to go play in the fire pits. Hey, you go potty. No. No. No fire pit stuff for you. Go potty. Go on. Alright, I guess that counts. Kill my plant. Do you need to go potty? Go potty. Go potty. Are you back? I know. You can come in for a minute. You want to come in? You come in, huh? Come on. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Yeah, go say hi in there. Go visit. All right. You all done, Mel? Okay, come on. Come on. Come on. Helga. You guys coming? Come on, Helga. Good girl. Go wipe your feet off. Oh, no. Come on, Mel. Come. Come on, hurry. You want a treat? You want a treat? Come on. You want to play outside, huh? I'll leave you for a little bit.
States Exhibit 67. Could you explain?
In the collection plate. Look at this guy sitting on the stairs. She starts straight forward t-shirts, man. No. Stapes?
Wade Mon was crab that could help us place Mr. Griffin. We have the DNA. Mr. Griffin's friend, Wade Mon, was tried and the jury found him not guilty.
Despite the acquittal of Wade Mon, the conviction of Glenn Griffin gives the Perry family some closure and helps heal a wound left open for 24 years.
Searching for a case to support those suspicions, Norrin returns to the only piece of evidence he has, Kay Cyber's body. In order to discover exactly how Kay Cybers died, Norrin convenes a brainstorming session with some of the brightest minds in forensic science. They begin by reviewing the details of the autopsy. Then, they draft an unusual top 10 list.
We created a list of poisons that would be the best type poisons to be used and if you wanted to kill somebody.
Before reviewing Kay Cybers' case, Readers gives Norrin a primer on potassium chloride. He explains that it is a particularly fine choice for murder. That in fact, it is the third and final drug used in executions by lethal injection.
Now, if you inject
disgrace was these copies that was tens of millions of collaborators with this regime. Maybe you need to go in history and see what happened in August of 1940.
And stupid people doing the thing that makes them feel good. That's what I think it is. And you're right that there's probably an Illuminati that's working behind the scenes that's trying to make this happen. But it's still happening voluntarily. The people are still making decisions and choosing to do this. That's what I care about. So it's one thing to get a place for the other things doing, but then you just read that for harder. Just to understand what I'm saying is that, like, obviously you're always going to have bad actors that are going to try to, push weird agenda, whatever. But, like, what's problematic to me is the fact that it's a socially acceptable point of view. That's the issue. So, because the reason why they're able to do it is because it's a socially acceptable point of view. That's it. Discuss it without being canceled. Yeah, I mean, over here, you can say whatever the fuck you want. Like, I mean, if it gets, like, racist or, it's like that, you do a good man. But, like, if people want to disagree or whatever, like, it's fine. I don't give a shit. The phrase you're looking for is useful idiots? Yeah, but there's just a lot of useful idiots, you know? There's a lot of them. Damn, that's a lot.
World of fake, but it's quite enough for that person to get a job at a legitimate looking place like this subway where you check. But in a city with over 400,000 people who aren't supposed to be here needing employment, that's gonna have to happen if everybody wants to work. And because of that, you have a new victim entering the equation when it comes to unlawful employment. And that victim is anyone who has legal work authorization in this country. This is what the migrants were bartering for. In order to secure employment. Nearly 500 fake IDs were uncovered. Social security cards, driver's licenses, and ample permits. So you gotta wonder, where does a gang like this get hundreds of fake IDs? They've got stacks of them and they're all for sale. Now, of course, the IDs could all be bogus, but it's not gonna be good for business if word gets around that they don't help people get jobs. Yeah, which means if somebody puts the information on that ID through some sort of database that checks to see if people can actually get jobs, there can't be any errors, which means some of the IDs floating around out there got into the hands of criminals in an illegitimate manner. Now, the way criminals get their first few IDs that they sell are to have themselves, friends, or family members recreate a legitimate ID and then sell those IDs to people who kind of look like whoever's on the picture. That's not going to work well. And the fact that there's demand for these things should terrify everyone who's ever been involved in some sort of data breach. If your identity or personal documents have ever leaked, a more sophisticated criminal could use that information to recreate your ID with someone else's picture on it, and then they can sell it an unlimited number of times to an unlimited number of people. This article says a legit driver's license will go for $500. The New York Post found gang members in Queens selling IDs from $80 to $250, some of which were obviously bogus. But what this reveals is
this is what's crazy about it, is there's a massive economy.
I just cut it.
out of this.
I knew it was gonna happen.
What's the end game for Democrats with all this?
Fuck.
I think
The way they wrapped this, you can't open the fucking thing.
And so it depends on who you're asking. I think that for business owners, which is not, this is not a political, I don't think that there's like taking like political sides out of it. I think for business owners, the end game is cheap labor and more money. For the people voting on it, the end game is feeling good and knowing that you're better than the people that you disagree with, and the people who you disagree with are racist and evil. And then I think for the politicians, the reason is that they're betting that the people that are going to come over will have some degree of thankfulness and will actually support the future. So I think you put all of these together, and if you can figure out what the incentive is, you can figure out why.
That's fucking impossible to open.
That even somebody who is well-meaning for the most part has to subject themselves to the criminal underworld if they want to get a legitimate looking job in this city, or in any city in America for that matter. Even so, there are people out there.
Yeah. It's good cushion, but I had to cut it. I accidentally cut it. It's pretty good cushion though.
Employees go down to the protest in Newark. She said, and then she asked me, do you think this is good for the small business? I went, well, look at your shop. This is one day. What happens?
I don't even, what do you even, because they went to a protest, yeah. You don't have any, number one, the entire premise of this is bullshit because they went to a protest. You let them go. It's like every part of this is stupid.
Business, they're going to be forced to hire legally, and they're going to be forced to play by the rules. When businesses and everybody plays by the rules, the country is better off. The country is not better off if businesses break the law to get a leg up on their competitors while acting like they are engaging in some noble pursuit that's not at all related to money, especially when giving those jobs just leads to numbers like this, where 17% of people aged 16 to 24 can't get jobs in New York City. And these
That's
are
a lot of fucking people can't get a job. Damn.
people who would be willing to work in an air-conditioned business where they can bring their smartphone like a grocery store or a bodega. These are not people who won't work because they refuse to do the jobs that exist. And here's the thing, these businesses like this dry cleaners mentioned by that news anchor, of course they're not hiring people who they think are victims of trafficking. And they might think they're playing by the rules.
Air conditioning? Well, the argument that he's making is that And there are some like really, really low status, really shitty jobs that it's hard to fill with American workers, so people use like migrant workers to do that. And I think this is especially true with agriculture. But what he's saying is that the entire premise of that goes away when you're talking about working at a gas station, or you're working at Subway or Amazon. Like, these are normal places that average people can work at. The requirements are not going to destroy your body. There's nothing like it's extreme, like a call center. Yeah, it's an easy, comfortable job. Well, I mean, like, it's not an easy job, and it might not be comfortable, but like compared to picking strawberries, it is.
It's because so many businesses here don't. And the most maddening thing about all of this is, yes, New York is a sanctuary city, but it's also very progressive. And who do progressives say they're sticking up for? The little guy. They're out there on one hand advocating for the little guy to get higher wages.
Yeah, they've gotten psyoped into defending these massive multi-billion-dollar companies or multi-million-dollar, business owners into thinking that they're helping the little guy by advocating for these business owners to continue using, second-rate, second-class citizen labor.
No.
It's really impressive. Yeah, it's like tipping in a way, yeah.
And more protections, but at the same time, they're totally okay with businesses who don't do any of that in the name of open borders. Minimum wage in New York is $16.50 an hour, and ask any progressive, they'll tell you that's too low, and they'll tell you that greedy businesses should be paying more because we're.
You know what's funny is that I think that they're right. I think $16 an hour probably is too low in New York. And I bet you might not be able to make a living working 40 hours a week at $16 an hour. Like, I would view, like, this is like my view on like minimum wage, right? Is like, if you're working 40 hours a week and you can't afford an apartment or a place to live on that money, then the minimum wage needs to go up. Because if it doesn't go up, you have an untenable situation in the long term.
Workers are the most valuable input in any economy. Unless, of course, those workers are in the country illegally. If that's the case, there is nobody advocating for them to get higher wages or more protections. There's just anger at the fact that ICE is here and might arrest somebody who's a criminal. And this puts progressives in sanctuary cities in a catch-22. Here they are advocating for policies that disenfranchise workers who they say are already disenfranchised by virtue of their immigration status.
And some people don't care about anybody, any workers or anything like that. They just care about having the right opinion. That's it. Yeah, it's all optics and virtue signaling. That's it.
Awful workers, they don't have the one thing legitimate workers have, which protects them, and that is the power to walk.
Here's the way that I look at it. You can tell the employee to get a better job, but have you ever thought about telling the employer to get a better job? Like, if you have a function that you can't even justify paying somebody a living wage for, maybe that's your fault as an employer. That's just me.
Away from any business they feel isn't treating them fairly and work somewhere else. That's not possible if the only job you can get is because the people working there are willing to break the law. And this brings up a big question. Are the businesses who are hiring people illegally doing something good? Or are they just doing something that's good for their bottom line at the expense of the rest of society? And does that...
Well, it's guaranteed that they're doing something that's beneficial for them financially.
Holy smokes. Wow. Wow, there we are. All right. What do you think, Mal? You like these couch cushions? This one seems like these might fit better. Oh, gonna have to move that. Oh. Might have to cut. Might have to just cut a couple inches off the top of each of these to make it fit normal. Huh?
Things, and the last thing you want is for your customer.
Love your neighbor and give the
That's it to people who want to come here and be dangerous. We got signs.
Other campaigns, anyhow, they didn't have those numbers. The biggest chickens in the world, the biggest oil manufacturers in the world, $7 trillion of investment. And they're coming in at levels that we've never seen before. And it is true. They want to be nice to me. They say, sir, because of November 5th, the election, and because of tariffs. I said, in that order? This moment, I said, yes, sir. First was that you were elected, and second was tariffs, and I'll accept that, you know. But I can tell you,
Helga says, don't mess with me. And they believe her, huh? Yeah, they believe her.
because the globalists who look at the 7 decades of
Inkies. Good boy, stay. I guess I better plant some stuff down here. I have planted a few little things, you know, but I think I could probably throw down some seed. I opened up the ends here so it don't get too hot. And once I get the solar system on the cabin, I'll set up a new solar system over here so that I can continually run the geothermal, which will keep the temperature about 30 degrees warmer or cooler. And then I need to be able to run the pump on the aquaponic system. I've been carefully, you know, topping this off and whatnot though, and you know, it's about time to harvest this mint. Beehives are set up just in case, by the way, just in case I get a feral hive of bees. Come here. I've got a secret to show you real quick. Vibrant Earth Seeds. These are drought tolerant seeds. You can check them out on my website. If you buy some, I'll get some too. And we're about to plant some of these down here. Look at that black trim tomato, ashwagandha, echinacea, watermelon. That I think it's din, or I don't know. But, oh, got black peppers, zucchini, cantaloupe, rainbow corn, all kinds of goodies in here. I must have walked by this 20 times today and I just barely noticed that it's bouncing back. I don't recall, I can't remember, but I think it's a raspberry tree. Or no, wait. Not raspberry. Not blackberry. Wait. Oh, damn. Mulberry. Is a mulberry tree? It's a berry tree. You know what? I think that's the ticket. I've had a lot of trees last a year or so out here, and then the wind just wiped them away. And this, I think it's a mulberry tree. It's bouncing back. I've had it for over a year, and it did just fine down here in the geo. So I think that I'll probably just throw 3 or 4 more fruit trees down here anytime now as it warms up, when I can get some.